Hi everyone, it's Lee Goldstein, the Trading Director at 10 Minute Trades. This week's Trade of the Week is really interesting, so sit back, relax, and let me show you what happened in the trade room this week. Don't forget that all the trades we discuss are for educational purposes. It is possible to lose money trading futures, so trade carefully. Everybody knows how important the CPI data is, Consumer Price Index. It's an inflationary report, and it's become the most important data of the month with everything that's going on with inflation and the Fed raising interest rates. And Thursday of this week, the CPI report was being released. Last month, it was impossible to trade. Markets froze. Just in general, you could not trade the NQ or the ES. Even oil froze at the moment of the report, which is when we trade. Now, the way we trade the CPI report 10 years ago, at the beginning of the 10 Minute Trades company, the company was called Joe Brackett Breakout.net, and the owner traded oil on every single trade. We have come full circle because there are now a few very important trades that are working really well on oil. CPI is one of them. We have a special setup, and I want to show you how our range trade worked. It's a 16-second range. It avoids the whipsaw when the news first comes out. Then 6 seconds after the news is released, the oil orders go on the chart. This is live trading. Those are my oil orders. It was a very big range, and you'll see it's going to fill and hit the first target, which is represented by that X. And very quickly after hitting my first target, or very quickly after entering me into the trade, it's going to hit my first target right there. I move my stop to break even plus a tick or two. Oil is really moving quickly. This is usually a half-hour trade, and it doesn't take nearly that long. You'll see it's going to be over in about a minute, and it's going to net me a $670 profit trading oil. The beauty of it is that many members made quite a bit of money on this trade, quite a few successful trades. What's interesting is if you were watching the chart last month, the ES, the NQ, they froze for 20 seconds. Last month it was about 18. This month the ES, untradeable for most traders, especially if you trade at the time of the event. The ES chart froze for 20 seconds. Watch. Right there it's frozen as I'm backing up the chart just to show you what happened. First of all, there's an initial crazy whipsaw. Watch that. Now, that's why we don't trade at the exact moment of the event these days. You don't want to be filled and then have it explode to the opposite direction. That'll cause a losing trade. So you avoid the whipsaw. We have a range trade for the yes, but you can see the markets are frozen, and they stayed frozen for 20 seconds. So the only way you could get in on a trade like this with indexes frozen is discretionary. So people can trade discretionary, but we traded oil on this report because we knew that the volatility with the ES and the NQ would be very difficult to trade because of the history. How did we find oil? By testing, testing, testing. We are continually testing instruments to trade on all the reports, trying to find the best setup. Let me show you the oil trade one more time. It was unique and profitable and great. So you can see that our range starts to draw on the chart. The news comes out, it explodes a little bit. We're not ready. Our orders are not on the chart until now. Now, after the big move from the news takes place, we put our orders on the chart, and we don't know yet if we're going to be filled up or down, long or short. It looks like it's going to be long, and that, in fact, is what happens. We're filled to the upside. If it hits my first target, which is about 20 ticks from the entry, my stop moves automatically to safety so that my profit is protected if the price reverses. In this case, it did not reverse. It keeps moving in the direction of our trade, continually adding to our profit. And as I showed you, and as I'm showing you again, within a minute, a little bit longer, it hits my second target, profit of $670. Members had excellent trades. Here's a couple of screenshots. One of our members, $130 trading micros. That's like a $1,300 trade if you would have been trading full size contracts. That was $130 trading micros. Another member made $385 trading US CPI. And this is real live money. These are not simulated trades. It's real live money. And then one of our best member trades, $990 profit on the US CPI. And then our screenshot, just so it's very clear and you could see exactly what happened. Here's our screenshot, $670, and you can see the candle. It bursts up, and that's why we made money. It moved in one direction. And as we were in the trade, it kept going up, 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 up as our profit went up. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's so interesting to see that the 10-minute trades company is trading oil again, just like they were doing before I even worked here. 10 years ago, every event was moving oil. And, it's not quite the same way today, but we are seeing oil moving on more and more events. It's a very good instrument to trade because it's under the radar. Not a lot of people are trading oil on news events. So when there is difficult liquidity on the NQ or the ES, oil usually is a great alternative. If it's moving, we're going to trade it. Lee Goldstein signing out. Hope you enjoyed this week's Trade of the Week, USCPI. I'll see you in the trade room next week.